What's up, guys? Shane here from House of Cards TCG. Made day 2 with Tearlaments plus the new Horus cards. Went into day 2 at X2-1 and then wound up losing last round to a scatter shot, so got burned for 500 in time. But it's got all the new Horus cards in it, so kind of wanted to show it off. The deck performed pretty well. There's some things I'll change. I'll go over that kind of at the end or throughout the deck profile, but yeah, performed pretty well. The Horus cards are in general kind of like high rolly, so if you mill well, you're just going to blow the opponent out, but a lot of them are bad mills, so it decreases the consistency. It makes your mills a lot worse. But yeah, we can go over it. Let's hop right in. So yeah, I'll do these backwards. First card, I mean, I'll go over the obvious ones. You play 3 planet, card's crazy. 3 tier cash, one of the best cards. Not much to say about it. 2 Rhino. This card in this build honestly could go to 1 if I wasn't gonna play the Mud Dragon plus to make Toad, essentially the Bahamut Shark to make Toad. Otherwise, it's just not that impactful. Like normally, if you have to summon it, you're like normal summon it, you're pitching like the tier cash to mill 2, so it's not as good as it used to be. Because all these names are at 1, so we play 1 of each. Same with these. Broken. The honorary, because I drew this a bunch of times, so it's pretty funny to sack people. One time I drew this and then milled like unplayable, so that was fun. 2 Sulliek, cut the meta noise. Just wasn't really coming up that much to add back. You would almost always just rather mill the Sulliek to search a card. It's just a way better mill. Scream's really good. It could be at 3 if you want to increase consistency, but the graveyard effect's like pretty good, not that great. Grabbing a trap is like useful in some scenarios, but Scream is a broken card. I'll probably look at making that at 3 just for extra consistency. And then the honorary Trivia Karma. We don't play Foolish Barrel Goods because like you're already playing so many bad mills, you can't really afford to play extra. Same reason for terraforming. You just really don't want to play extra bad mills. 3 Beast King. This card, this is the same kind of thing, whereas like, yes, Rule Kalos is really good, but this card's like kind of bad to mill. It's not the worst to draw because you can still make the Bahamut Shark. Like worst case, you could normal summon it. Because it's a level 4 water, so not horrible. 3 Diviner. This card's really good with the Horus cards because you play Cross Sheep and Zombie Vampire, so even if you mill this, you play a lot of ways to summon it back and then send a mill 5 and then it becomes a level 6, so there's just like a ton of synergy there. Diviner was really good. Unfortunately, got met with a lot of imperms, which it's going to happen. It's going to eat up the hand trap anyway, but it was good. I liked it at 3 in this build. This card was really good all day. Just having access to a free level 4, like it comes up so much to make an Abyss Dweller or a Redoer, or even the body to go in, like from the Cross Sheep to go into like a Little Knight. It's really strong. And then the Horus Engine, this is the best card. This card is insane when you draw it, and it's also not like, it's not the worst to mill because you can still make a Mud Dragon because it's a dark spellcaster, but just broken to draw because if you don't know, it pitches itself and another card, and then you search the Kingsark, so I play 2 Kingsark, and then you get to draw a card as well. So a couple times I opened this plus a Kelbeck or a Yugioh, and that's just insane. And then we play the 1 Happy, the card that should have been a secret rare instead of the water one, but it's a lowly super rare. 2 Kingsark was good because you actually do want to draw this. Like it's actually a very good card to draw, especially, I mean, it's not the best in the mirror match, but any other matchup, like Zombie Vampire is really strong. Plus this gives you really good grind game. Another really good play is the Blackwing. You bounce this back to your hand so that you have it for follow-up, because this card is insane in the grind game. It just lets you summon your bodies back, and then they're difficult to interact with. Non-engine. I went with 3 Nib. The theory is your deck kind of only loses to Abyss Dweller, So most of the time the Rescue Ace or Vanquish Soul players can't really make an Abyss Dweller under 5 summons, so you can just nib them and then you kind of win from there. Didn't really work out. No one really summoned Abyss Dweller on me except for the mirror match, and they had a Toad up, so it wasn't doing anything. This would probably go. It's also just a really bad mill, so I'd probably try to maximize my mills. And then 3 Talents. Talents was really good, but again, it's like it is a bad mill. So Talents was very good. I might keep that, might change it to 2. I'll have to rethink, like the variance is too high with like the amount of mills, so I'd probably play some other cards that are good to mill in the main deck. We'll go to the extra. So fusions, we play the Kaleido, the Rule Kalos. Just because you're playing Beast King, if you don't play Beast King, you cut that. It's just really strong card, beats Nib. It's really good against Rescue Ace, beats the Emergency. Mud Dragon is, one of the ones you go into most frequently. This card, I summoned it maybe one time. Could probably be cut, but it just feels so good. It's just very good to have as an option. Most of the time you've already won the game when you're summoning this, so I'll have to think about that. Garura, my deck doesn't have enough ways to summon this. I should probably look at playing Nessie, because it's just very hard to summon this card in my deck. You essentially have to mill multiple names, shuffle them back, which is like almost never going to come up, so probably should have cut this. For Xyz, we play Zombie Vampire, really strong. Abyss Dweller, really strong. Beatrice, I didn't summon this enough because my deck isn't playing enough rank 6 access. I should have probably played Mally. But then again, you're adding cards that aren't really good to draw, so there's trade-offs. I'll have to think about it. But Beatrice is broken. And then we play the Bahamut Toad. I summon this almost every game just because it's super easy with the Rhino plus the Mud Dragon. Or you could, like, Zombie Vampire summon back the Beast King, or even Cross Sheep summon it back. And then Redoer. You don't make this a ton, but it's good to have. For Lynx, Cross Sheep, really strong. Summoning back a card from the graveyard. Like, this summon back Diviner is insane. Little Knight, Dark Charmer. Little Knight's broken. Little Knight is insane in this deck because you can use the Cross Sheep to make it. And then typically with the Vampire or the Yugioh or Kelbeck, you've milled cards out of the graveyard, so you can banish one of them with Little Knight and get additional value off that. The most broken card that's been printed in a long time is Little Knight. I should have played Sprint. So the problem with this deck is that there's like legitimately 20 cards that you want to play in your extra deck, and just not enough space. And I made the extremely smart decision at 9:57 a.m. Right before deck lists were due to cut the Sprint, which was not smart. So I should have played that. And then Baron, you summon Baron all the time in this deck. It's super easy with the Diviner, and then you have a ton of rank level 4 access. So Baron's super easy. Also, a lot of times I was actually milling like an Ash Blossom or an Ogre or something random off a Zombie Vampire, summoning it back, and it's a level 3 tuner. So Tier Cash made the Baron. Side deck. So again, the theory is like you only lose if you play against Abyss Dweller. That's the card that beats you. So I decided in a lot of ways to beat the Abyss Dweller. I played the 2 Xyz Encore, 2 Droplet, so 5 ways plus the nibs to beat the Abyss Dweller. And then we got Crime. You just side these 2 and going first. Just buffs your mills a little bit. We had Cowboy, which shout out to my round 9. I just literally forgot to side this in, so could have been literally anything else, because the one time I needed it, I just simply forgot to side it in. So that was fun. Wound up with a draw. Should have been a win. So that's great. And this should be Scattershot anyway, if you play Sprint, which you should. 3 Bestials. They were good. Can't really complain about that. Like, worst case, they're a level 6 extender. So there's like arguments to main deck these. The 1 Duster. Card's just broken. And then 3 Droll. Droll was just kind of mid. I probably wouldn't play Droll again. I was just kind of afraid of Vanadium. I guess we'll see where the format takes us, but it just wasn't that good. And then it's like when you're siding into Droll, Xyz Encore, like duster droplets, like you're making your mills worse, which is like, cards are good to draw, bad to mill, so there's a balance there that I need to kind of refine a little bit. But overall the deck was good. I made day 2, so I was kind of, you know, not knowing what to expect with the Horus cards and not really knowing what the format was going to be. My rounds were super diverse. I'll post what my rounds were in the comments. So, and then the results and how many die roll I lost. This deck's like pretty strong going second as well, because you can just kind of break through boards. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. But yeah, thanks for watching. Shane from House of Cards TCG signing out.